Hey y'all, this is Stephanie with Energy Aligns. Welcome to my Thursday Tarot Insight. Every Thursday I pick one Tarot card that highlights and harnesses the energy of the collective. And as an energetic intuitive, I talk about the energy that we see coming through the card. And then I talk about how you can bring this energy and utilize it in your daily life, how we can tap into it and tune into it in order to find more ease and deeper awareness with the times we're in. Okay, so let's get into today's card. So today I pulled the One of Fire. The One of Fire Force. So have a look at this card. Pause your video if you want to get any messages that you can before I start to ramble on here. So what came through right away is creating new in this One of Fire Force. So fire in the tarot is the spiritual aspect of ourselves that comes through in the tarot deck. So what does it mean really, spiritual aspects? What it really means is what we create, our creativity, and what we have access to in order to create, and what we have access to that we use to create, that we use to tune into creation energy. So here we are at the one, the beginning of a new cycle, and we've talked a lot in the past about the cycles 1 through 10 in the tarot. And we've also talked in the past few months about the old being shed and allowing space for newness to come in. So when I talk about newness coming in, it doesn't mean that it's going to come in from the outside. It might manifest or interact with you as a result of the creation and the creative process and the creative attunement you've done internally. That's really how it works. So it's no joke when people say in quantum physics that we create our own reality. As a collective, as individuals, we are creating our own realities. And it doesn't always mean like snapping our fingers and something just appears out of thin air like magic, although those things can be done and attained. What's happening here on a collective level is in order for us as a collective to move into new solutions, new creative endeavors, new structures, we have to tune in to the space internally where we create as individuals first. So we work as a collective and we work as individuals to create new things. So there are a lot of relationships going on here, and then there's a lot of interacting going on, and it can be a little bit confusing to our minds to say that we create our own reality, because wouldn't that mean that we're all just separate beings living in individual realities separately? Yes, it is true. And each one of us is creating, and these creations interact with other people's creations, and we interact with the people, the events, the feelings, the results of what we create in the world. And so does everyone else. So the analogy is like the whole, body. And the whole is a body, a physical body. Imagine that. And then think about all the different parts of your physical body: the liver, the stomach, the intestines, the heart, the bones, the veins, skin. Each and every one of these components taken separately have their own actions and have their own purposes and have their own things to do creation-wise. And they have their own things that they're in charge of, but they work together, right? We work together with all the other parts in order to create a whole body system. And some of these things can be missing, and some of these things cannot, in order for the function of the whole and for the whole to continue. So this is like each and every one of us in the greater universe or the greater cosmos, we are all doing something integral here. And yes, our energy is part of the whole. And can it be removed? Well, not really. We are all, sending out vibrations. We are all generating vibrations, energy. And once energy is created, it can't be discarded or destroyed. And that's what's happening now. The expansion of the whole, the expansion of the universe is happening because of each one of our individual creative forces within each one of us. And now more than ever, we are being shown that we have to step into responsibility for this creational act. We have to step into our responsibilities as creative beings. So this message is saying, hey, it's not somebody else creating all this for you. You're not victims. You're not living in a structure created to confine you. And we have the innate ability to create within ourselves. And as soon as we all deeply start to really agree on a deep level, believe and go forward with this, knowing on a more profound level of trust, of belief, and faith is the word I would use here. When we all start to have faith in our own power of creation, then we are living in unlimited possibilities. So now this is important as humans because we tend to want to receive a concept and then we start to running with it with our minds. But what we're also learning now at this moment as a collective is that we may receive or interact with a new concept, something new to us, to our awareness, or new to the universe, or a new idea for humanity. And now instead of just like darting off and running with it as one ultimate truth, we are starting to realize we have to relate with this. We have to relate with it as energy, with the energy of any newness, as a potential, as a relationship. Just like when you meet somebody for the first time, a potential partner or a friend or an animal or a baby, you realize that you are evolving a new relationship between you and that other being. And, just a side note, I remember feeling this when I had my own first child and she was just a baby. And I thought, oh, I have a baby and this baby isn't just a baby. I didn't really think deeply about it until she came. And then I realized, oh, this baby is its own evolving being and I'm an evolving being still. And here we are getting to relate with one another and we are getting to discover each other and learn from one another and say hello every day because we are new every day. And our personal experiences and what we have to offer each other and the world, it's the same. And that's just how it is. We have these potentials for a relationship and those are creational energies as well. So we're here to relate with everybody's energy, to relate with the energy of what is available for us as potential, as people on this planet. And now we're stepping into the responsibility of it, the awareness that we are responsible for this type of creation. So remember, this is only number 1 of fire, and we will go through the cycle of learning how to relate with our spiritual creative energy. And it begins with how we tune into this energy. And so on an individual level, how can we utilize this 1 of fire here? So as an individual, it is really about creating the space internally. And if you have not signed up for any of my meditations or my newsletter, I just put one out in March and I gave a guided meditation into your second energy center, into the space of creativity and emotions, and making this space so that we can see a little bit more clearly and not be muddled up in all of the information we're receiving from outside. That's number 1, pausing, getting quiet, creating this space for potential, for possibility, for the awareness, just for the awareness. Okay? And so the second way to interact with this energy is in your day-to-day lives is to start noticing when you're walking around in your day and into the world, or when you're in your community, or when you're even watching TV or media or listening to a podcast or playing music, listening to music, to start to see, hear, feel the imprint of you in all that you interact with. And you could see it here. If you look very closely at this card, there is some imprinting going on around the outside. And it's like being able to see or feel the imprint of you and what you're interacting with in the world. Like I said, it's no joke that we manifest our reality. So when we start to look for ourselves and what we're seeing, what we're being shown outside of ourselves, then we start to really believe on a deeper level the fact that we are part of the whole. This would look or feel like when you're resonating with something, like a message, an idea, or something that you've thought about that's being shown to you and you're like, oh yeah. Or when it's music, you're feeling it so deeply within you. And so oftentimes we take these resonances as, oh, they're just like me. And yes, that is true. But what it actually is an imprint of you that your vibration is matching. And this is something that you've been a participant in creating. This isn't just something that was just kind of out there that matched you. This is something that you had a part of by just having your energetic vibration. So it's imprinted. So it's a little bit strange to describe, but this is how I would describe it. It's a resonance. When somebody resonates, you're noticing that you are part of the whole. Your imprint, your energy is out there and other things all over the place, not just in your space. And so there are actually so many ways that are coming up that we could tap into the energy of the one of fire, but I'm just going to keep it to one more to keep this video a little bit shorter. So one more way we can tap into the one of fire force is to notice our relationship with time. For me personally, I've noticed this week, for some reason especially, that time has moved in different ways, and I don't know how to explain it exactly. I'm not talking about when I look at the clock, although that's happened, it's changed or gone really slow. I'm talking about how fast and slow things are going at times throughout my day. And so you can start to just notice, see if you are noticing that, and bring your awareness there. Just acknowledging that, time is a construct. It's made up, and the way things are moving energetically can be faster at some points and slow at others. And I know we all talk about how fast things are moving these days, or in the past years, how fast time is going, how fast the school year is going, how fast has it been since winter, how fast it's been since 2000, 2003, how things have moved, and they've moved rather quickly. But on a day-to-day, your awareness, trying to focus your awareness at looking how time is moving for you. It's just something interesting to focus on, to focus your awareness on. And what it does when you focus your awareness on something like time is it starts to underline the meaning for all of us as humanity, as a collective, at this time, that we have more power than we thought. We have structures breaking down to show us that our internal awareness is opening up. And this card is a perfect example. We have way more power to create and to navigate and to direct our lives. And when you look at time, you can kind of play around with it during your day. For instance, sometimes I'll be asking for more time for something. I'll just say, I need more time to finish this project. You can say, I need more time for sleep. I wish this would go a bit quicker or slower, what have you. And if you're running late for something, asking out loud is kind of a fun way and a fun experiment of awareness. Like, oh, please give me a little bit more time to get there so I'm not late. Or if I were saying in a statement, I have enough time to get to where I need to go without being late. Just things like that. It's a fun way to work with energy, and it's a fun way to work with expanding your awareness. And this is really what we need now more than ever to see results, see real results. And that's how our human brain works. We need results. And I could talk about energy. I could talk energy and metaphysics for hours. And I love talking about this stuff. And what I find tricky and I find interesting about people is that we will forget unless we have some kind of real result from the work like I would do with a client with energetic intuitive reading. And the work that they do in a meditation, when they actually can see a result in their lives, is when they really, really believe in energetic work. And that's true for all of us. So now is the time to start to ask to see. Start to ask to see it. Start to ask for proof in your life. And this is just a fun way to do it when we're working with time. Okay, one last look at this card, this powerful One of Fire card Force. And these times that we're in, they're wild and rocky. And if you are needing support, I hope that you're taking care of yourself. You're talking to a friend. You're getting energetic intuitive reading. You have a therapist. You're connecting with your body. You're moving. You're drinking water. You're connecting with nature. You're slowing down when you feel called to slow down, and not shaming yourself or beating yourself up for slowing down, resting more. These are interesting times, and April is here and things have shifted into spring mode. So it's a good time to get out and reconnect with your body, reconnect with the earth, these earthly things, and have things start to mirror each other. Have your internal awareness start to mirror your external awareness more. And if you need any help and guidance, you can always reach out to me on my website, energyalliance.com. for a reading, for some free meditations. You can email me with any questions, any clarity you need. I'm open and available to answer your email at energyalliance23@gmail.com. And I look forward to seeing you all next week. Thank you so much for being here. This is in such love and deep awareness to all of you. Thank you. Bye.